Testing 1, 2, 3. Good morning, everybody. Welcome back to Crypto Warehouse. My name is Mike. It is the 23rd of February. It is 11 a.m. As you can see, the menu is a little bit messed up today because our normal menu isn't working, so bear with us. Now, today is Do Your Own Research Day. What I've done, I've decided to step away from the charts for a day. We're still going to look at the Bitcoin chart, but we're going to spend some time and look at how to use some tools to determine whether a project is good or not. So we're going to go through DEX tools and we're going to go through CoinMarketCap, and I'm going to give you the indicators, the red flags, whatever it is that you need to understand whether a project is legitimate, whether there's inflation, whatever it might be. Before that, we're going to go through the markets, what the European Central Bank have said about Bitcoin. We're going to look at Ethereum, and then we're going to look at gaming burnout. Have Web3 games come to the end of the road? Are we now in need of better games? Now, before we begin, can I ask you all to like and subscribe to the channel? If you look in the bottom left-hand corner, we're at 98,221 followers. We are less than 1,800 followers away from 100,000. And for the record, we haven't planned a single thing just yet. Web3 Superstar, where is my face? I am streaming from home today. It's a Friday, so no face today, I'm afraid. Good morning to you. Good morning to Mags. Good morning to Kishan. Hidden Agendas. Danny is in chat. I'm making sure I don't miss anybody's names. Good morning to you all. I hope you're all doing incredibly well. So we're going to start off with the markets. Bitcoin is still choppy. It's struggling to get past 52,000 today. That's the question of the day. Are we going to break 52,000? We're at 51, 50,900. We're bouncing around that level. I think we're going to have a good run at the end of the day. I think we're going to have another run up. But that doesn't mean when the market's open, we're not going to come down. We'll have a look in a minute. So market cap still under 2 trillion. We should probably have some kind of 2 trillion party when we do break it. Any week now, we're going to go over $2 trillion. Volume is down. Bitcoin dominance hasn't changed. ETH dominance hasn't changed. ETH is still under 3,000. I will say it and say it time and time again. It's going to take something special to push Ethereum above and hold $3,000. I said here 2 days ago, I would eat my hat on camera if we get above 3,000 and hold it. It's a major milestone for Ethereum, and it's being driven by the ETF news that potentially we could have an Ethereum ETF in May. I don't think it's going to happen until next year, but that is not my decision. So what's happened in the last 24 hours? Sia Coin is up. Flare, Filecoin. Remember, Filecoin has just signed a deal with Solana to provide storage. That's going to pump over the next few weeks. Probably going to find some level of resistance. It is now at 4 trillion. I don't see it going to 8, so I don't see the price moving up 2x from where we are. Starknet, one of the newer coins. I'm not a fan of it. It's already got a market cap of 1.5 billion, and it was an airdrop. Woo, not much more to say about the gainers. Now, losers. Jasmy, I think, ripped up trees at the beginning of this week. It's now retracing. Profit taking is fine. Same for Manta, profit taking. Audi is down a little bit. Immutable X. Remember, Immutable X is going to be an incredible token in this bull run. It's got plenty of mileage yet. I'm not saying it's going to move up now. It's already gone from 180 to 316. Don't expect it to go to $4 or $5 anytime soon unless Bitcoin rips. Celestia is down. Helium. I think this is the second day Helium's been retracing. Not really much else to talk about in there. So we are going to get through the show reasonably quick because some of these news articles might take some time. Remember, if you're watching on Binance, I will be dropping boxes throughout the show. The next one is probably going to be about 11:15, so bear with me. And also, I cannot keep an eye on chat constantly when I'm on my own, so I won't be able to block the people spamming nonsense in chat. But Andy is here. Good morning, Andy. Thank you for joining and coming to the stream. Remember, the boxes are probably going to be every 15 minutes for the show. So first one's up, Michael Saylor. For those of you living in America or Europe, you're probably not aware of this, but Bitcoin has already broken new all-time highs in something like 15 different countries. Some big ones as well, including Japan. So Bitcoin is already at all-time highs. It's because we can always look at the price of Bitcoin and the denomination is always the US dollar. But when you look beyond the US dollar, you will see that Bitcoin is in fact already there. It's already there. Mags, I missed IMS. I missed IMX as well. There was a power cut. I said this before. There was a power cut the day that IMX dipped. I think it went to 160 or 170, and I would have bought it, but I missed out. The European Central Bank attacks Bitcoin. Bitcoin has failed to become a global decentralized digital currency, instead falling victim to fraud and manipulation. Now, I am going to cover this, I think, in the next article, so we're not going to spend too much time on it. But they have been community noted by X. So hopefully we'll be able to cover that as well. And again, they fight you and then they adopt you. So bear that in mind. Solana dominates every other chain in their number of wallets that bought or sold NFTs through marketplaces for the first time. So Solana is this orange block down here. It's outperforming Bitcoin, Ethereum, Polygon. All the top dogs are being crushed by Solana. Do not fade Solana. I know it's $100. I know George is calling for it to hit $1,000 this year. I can't see that happening. I think in the bull run, if we get anywhere between $500 and $1,000 for Solana, we will have had a tremendous bull run. And finally, this is breaking news. I'm not going to play the clip. President Trump was interviewed on Fox News. Now, this is beyond significant because 4 years ago, when Donald Trump was in power, he said that he didn't like Bitcoin because it was a threat to the US dollar. That is why Elizabeth Warren, Gary Gensler, the left, if you like, in America, they're currently not pro-Bitcoin. They've had to be forced by the courts to allow this ETF to be approved. What America has is the reserve currency. It's not going to be the reserve currency in 30 years' time because Russia, China, the Middle East, they're all moving away from the US dollar because of what's happened with the conflict. So Donald Trump coming out and saying, you're seeing something that's interesting, I can live with it, is a 180 from Donald Trump. And if I was a betting man, I would be putting my money on Donald Trump winning the 2024 election because we are 9 months away and so far the Democrats haven't really got anybody to go up against him. They can't use Hillary Clinton. They probably can't use Robert Kennedy. They certainly can't use Biden. Kamala Harris is no match for him, so I don't know how the Democrats are going to win this election. So if Trump comes in, because up until today, Trump was on the anti-Bitcoin side. He's now on pro-Bitcoin. Vivek is pro-Bitcoin. The other chap, DeSantis, pro-Bitcoin. So now the Republicans are all pro-Bitcoin. We're going to get a pro-Bitcoin president in America. It's massive news. It's probably going to be covered everywhere over the next few days. But this only came out 2 hours ago. So 2 hours ago, breaking hot off the press. You can't get this news anywhere else. Now we're going to move on. As I said, I'm very wary of time. I don't want to miss too much out today because nearly everything we're going to cover is important. And again, I do apologize about the menu on the left. There's nothing I can do about it. Our normal menu isn't working, so it is what it is. So the Bitcoin ETF approval comparable to naked emperor's new clothes. The European Central Bank has said the US SEC's approval of multiple spot ETFs and the billions of dollars that have poured in Since don't make Bitcoin a good investment or a better means of payment, the central bankers said in a blog post. Now, I am old. I am not a young spring chicken. I remember many things coming along in my lifetime that we have been told by these experts are never going to work. Number one, the internet was never going to work. Didn't see the point of it. Number two, we had, what was it called? VoIP, voice over IP, was never going to work. The telecoms companies around the world tried to ban it. Voice over IP. Everybody uses it now, whether it be WhatsApp, Telegram, Zoom, whatever it might be. VoIP was again never going to work. Then came the mobile phone, the smart mobile phone, was never going to work. No, who wants the internet on their phone? Who wants all of these things on their phone? And this sounds crazy to you if you're probably 25 or under, but this is the times we've lived through. So when you have somebody saying that Bitcoin is like the emperor's new clothes, doesn't hold a store of value, what you've got to remember is Bitcoin is the greatest, biggest, securest network that has ever been built by mankind. It is built across 100 plus countries. It is secure. It is uncensorable. It is outside of the policymakers of the European Central Bank or the Fed, whatever it might be, and it's finite. Now, if you compare the price of Bitcoin against the ECB, they say that Bitcoin has no value. Well, the euro has lost 99% of its value against Bitcoin in the last 5, 6, 7 years. So if anything has no value, it's the euro, not Bitcoin. So when you see things like this isn't to try and sway you. You've already been lost to the matrix of Bitcoin. This is to sway the general public. The general public that believed everything they've been told for the last 4 years. That's what this is about. So don't believe them. It's utter tosh. Bitcoin's price may rise in the short term, but there is no fair value from which serious forecasts can be made, they wrote. Well, they really need to sack their researchers, because I could tell them pretty much within $100,000 how much Bitcoin is going to be worth in 6 years' time. The approval and price rally are not proof that cryptocurrency is a good investment, two officials at the ECB have said. Now, why would they say this? Because Bitcoin is a direct threat to the European Central Bank and the Fed. But it isn't a direct threat. That's what they need to understand. They haven't done enough research. They don't understand the benefits of holding Bitcoin. In 10, 20 years' time, central banks like the ECB and the Fed will probably store Bitcoin rather than gold. Gold is expensive. You've got Fort Knox, you've got the Bank of England has subterranean tunnels full of gold that have never been, broken into. You have all of these things. It costs a lot of money to store gold. If you give the British government a choice of holding 500,000 Bitcoin on a ledger in a safe in the Bank of England, or an army of 150 security guards and everything associated with storing gold, the electricity costs, which one do you think they would want to go for? Of course they'd want to go for Bitcoin, but you have to understand, culture needs time. We are not going to have paper money in 10 years' time. It's all going to be digital. So if we're all going to have digital money, why do we not have digital gold, which is Bitcoin? So they just need educating. And that's probably, it shows their naivety to come out and say this. And that's all I really want to say about that. And of course, they've been fact-checked, because at one point they say it's used by criminals, and many people have pointed out that the US dollar and the euro are more used for that kind of activity than Bitcoin. So they are slandering the product, again, to try and put people off. Now, I'm not going to go into the Bitcoin chart. We brought it up every day this week. All I'm going to do is show the people who haven't seen the show this week where we are. We probably don't. That's the line. Yeah, we do. So $52,000 is a line we can't seem to get above. We have, and again, I haven't drawn these lines today. These have been on the charts all week. And you can see we're sitting at 51,000. 52,000 is the line to break. And again, we have tickled the fancy of 52,400. If we break this line, which I don't think we're going to do, where could we go? Well, it's a long way down. Let's put it that way. I think the lowest we could probably get is the fib level, which is about 46,000. If we fall below that, we're at 41,200. That's our bull market support band. There's nothing in the tea leaves. There's nothing on the tarot cards that tell me we're going to come down that far. If we do wick down, if we have a very short wick, I was pointing this out today. These little wicks are going in this kind of formation. So this was 50,006. This was about 50,007. This is about 50,008. I mean, we're wicking down to higher lows. So I don't see much in the way of a reason. The reason we've dropped this week so far is, of course, we've had the Genesis Grayscale sale. It's dumped the market, but BlackRock has come along and bought it all up. So that's now done. So I can't see more sell pressure unless there is a mini black swan. But if we do break down, we could come down to 47,000, which would touch the top of here. So 47,000 is the worst. We have to break 52 and then break 53 on the upside. I'm not going to talk much more about that. Again, I've covered it to death, and I'm sure Brogan is going to want to talk about it tomorrow as well. We are back in the studio tomorrow, 11 o'clock. Brogan will be with me. We will be covering all the topics on camera. Please make sure you turn up, show your support. We put a lot of time and effort into these streams, and it would be great to see you on Saturday as well. Web3 Superstar, a little correction, then up again. I think we've had the little correction. I think the little correction is 51,000. And then I think we're going to move up from there. I think we're going to move up from today. What could happen is we could come back up to 52, break 52, find some resistance at 52.4, and then come down to maybe 50,000 and change. But the problem is, I've been saying this for a few days, and again, I don't want to be stuck on this. The ETFs have broken the supply-demand model. They've broken it. 10,000 Bitcoin a day is just being eaten by the ETFs. That doesn't include you or me or the shrimps or the lobsters or the whales or the humpbacks, whatever the big guys are called. That's just the ETFs. 900 Bitcoin a day made, 10,000 Bitcoin a day being taken out. It's broken the supply and demand model. The halving is again going to impact that as well. So what is going to happen to the price? Over a 6, 12, 18-month period, we need to readjust the price of Bitcoin to match demand. And that's been compounded by the ETFs. So my forecast of $105,000, $106,000 is nonsense. And I was saying that last year, $105,000, it's nonsense. We could hit $250,000 in the bull run, and that's not being overly bullish. Now, the Denken upgrade on Ethereum, again, there's a lot of rumor about the Ethereum ETF happening. We're not going to get into that today either. I'm just very wary of time. So we're going to do the highlights. The Denken upgrade is March 13th. I think that's the day. Is that the day before Mother's Day? I think. It's going to cut the fees for layer 2s. So what you need to keep an eye on is you need to keep an eye on the price of the layer 2s because they're going to go up. That's Optimism, Arbitrum, and Matic. Not financial advice, obviously not financial advice, but their prices should rise because if they're paying less fees and they're charging you a slight cut on top, then they're going to increase the revenue coming into their own layer 2. Keep an eye on that. The upgrade focuses on scalability, security, usability within the Ethereum network. The price is again just under $3,000. Miles Dosha, he had a few issues over the last few days, I believe, with crypto banter, but we're not going to get into that. And so this is, I'm trying to just pick out the important points. I think the biggest important point about this is the fact that the layer 2s are paying less fees. and I think it's something like a 75% reduction in fees. So the coins, some of the ones I've already mentioned: Optimism, Matic, Arbitrum, Metis is on here, and Mantle is on here. So they are the 5 layer 2s which are probably going to get the biggest kick, and of course Coty at the bottom. I haven't really studied Coty in any great depth, but we've covered Arbitrum, Matic and Optimism, and my horse that I'm going to ride into the sunset is of course going to be Matic. They've just launched the AG layer. It's massive. They have all the deals under the sun. They are miles ahead of Optimism and Arbitrum. Not to say that they can't be caught, but for me, Matic is my layer 2, Ethereum layer 2, that I'm going to be holding in the bull run. I do hold a little bit of Optimism, but not a great deal. In fact, we do have the Ethereum chart. Have we got time to go through the Ethereum chart? Yeah, why not? Now, I am going to drop a box while I bring this chart up. So if you are on Binance, make sure to say hello. Please stop spamming your ridiculous links. Let me drop a box for you now. So all you've got to do, if you're not watching on Binance and you're watching on YouTube, we stream on Binance every day. Monday to Saturday, 11 a.m. we stream. And tomorrow I am joined by the Oracle. Brogan will be with me in the studio, and we're going to go over probably lots of charts, because that's what Brogan is exceptionally good at. So we're going to have a look at a lot of data tomorrow probably. Today is going to be hopefully a lesson in how to understand a little bit more about doing your own research and what that means. Okay, so the box is now dropped on Binance. Let's have a quick look now at the Ethereum chart. Again, I think we covered this a few days ago. We've moved a long way away from this 2300 level. This is the moving average. We are, if I put another line in here, just to show you, there we are there. Okay, so this is the line that Ethereum is bouncing off, the $3,000 line. And again, you can look further down. Ethereum finds certain levels more difficult to get through than others. And if you look at this area here, I mean, how long in that period? From probably, I'd say, almost 3 or 4 months, it was stuck at this price. What's going to get us above $3,000? The ETF is going to get us above $3,000. If it looks like it's going to happen in the next, let's switch to weekly actually. If it looks like it's going to happen in the next 3 or 4 months, so let's say it happens in May, then we could see a breakup out of here. Now, back to previous price points, where could we see Ethereum go to? Well, 3,500 would be my next port of call for Ethereum. It's very good at holding these fib levels, yes, but there's also psychological levels associated with Ethereum. Ethereum struggles at 2,000, struggles at 3,000, struggles at 1,800 as well, and it will probably struggle at 3,500. So I'm not seeing upward momentum. If you look on the weekly, the RSI is very high. So I would expect this to maybe curve down a little bit, and that would be a retracement for Ethereum. And I think that would probably be healthy, because this kind of price action is absolutely insane. We started this run at 22.50 and we went up to all the way up to 3,000. So that is a, what's that, 60% gain, 40% gain. It's too much for me for Ethereum, and it is all hype driven. It's all driven by the ETF. So I expect probably a bigger correction in Ethereum than in Bitcoin, but you can't back against anything, because if Bitcoin goes to $55,000 next week, Ethereum and everything else is going to go with it, and everything I've said is null and void. But if Bitcoin keeps to this $51,000, $52,000 range and stays there, I can see maybe some negative news from Gary Gensler to bring the price down, maybe to 2,600, which is where we had some resistance in the past. So I don't think we're going to see $3,500 anytime soon. Now, we have gone through 3 of the sections and we've got 20 minutes to go. So what we're going to do now is we're going to take a little bit of a detour. I can calm down a bit now. I don't have to rush through as many things as I have done, because this is the part of the show where I want to go through things in a bit of depth for you. So the 2 things we're going to look at today are DEX tools, and the second one is going to be how you can use CoinMarketCap to try and find an industry, find a market, and then find out who are the biggest players in that market. So the first thing we're going to start with is we're going to look at DEX tools. So dextools.io gives you a dashboard on every single token that you can possibly imagine across multiple chains. When I do my research, so when I make a video about a token, a new token especially, I will normally use DEX tools and CoinMarketCap in my video, simply because it's the nicest, simplest way of showing you the information. Now, what I'm going to do as well, just give me a second. I am going to hide the menu, and now you can see everything on the screen. That's much better. So, DEX tools is like an analysis platform where you can go and find out about a project. Now, I'm not going to go through everything because it's really not that important, but I'm going to highlight the important things. The market cap is important. The circulating supply. Did that just disappear? Or was that my imagination? There we go. Okay. That was very unusual. Okay, so the market cap is important. How much of a run-up do you think this coin can go from where it is? If you're looking at a coin that's the $50 to $100 million range, think to yourself: is it going to hit 700 million? Is it going to hit a billion? Sorry, in terms of size. Liquidity is important. $3.5 million worth of dupe is on orders. If this liquidity was $10,000-$20,000, it would mean that there's no liquidity in this coin. So anybody that comes in with a $30,000-$40,000 sell order is going to absolutely kill the market. Similarly, if somebody comes in with a $50,000 buy order, the price will absolutely rocket. And the lower the market cap, the lower the liquidity, the easier it is to move the price of a token. So always look at the market cap. Circulating supply versus total supply. Again, we're going to cover this a little bit in when we look at CoinMarketCap. The number of holders. If you look at the number of holders and it's got 1,000 or 2,000 people holding the coin, that's a very shallow, centralized number of people to hold the tokens. So the larger this number, the better. You want 100, 200, 300, 500,000 people holding this token. It spreads the risk of there being a dump. It spreads and decentralizes the token. It's very important to look at that. Volume is also important. Look at how much. If there's no volume, that's normally no volume and low liquidity are paired together. So again, what I want you to do, you don't have to, is after the show, maybe go and look at DEX tools, find a token that you want to invest in or you like, or it's one of your top coins, and go and look at it on DEX tools, and you'll see this dashboard down here gives you a full breakdown of everything. Now this, again, we don't need to worry about this. These are the buy and sell orders. This is the buys and sells over the last 24 hours. So you can see there are slightly more buyers than sellers of this token. This green bar, if the token was being dumped on, this green bar would be way back here. If the token is overbought, the green bar would be at this end. So that's important to know. And then down here, you've got the DEX T score. So this is the score that DEX T gives to a project and then determines or gives you a determination of what you should think about that token. If this is a brand new token, it's going to have a DEX T-score of between 50 and 60. That isn't a bad thing. It just means that most of the information hasn't been updated yet. Maybe the contract hasn't been burned, maybe the transaction fees haven't been set. It's not a bad thing. If it's got a DEX T-score of 20, that's a really bad sign. That's a red flag. Now, anything that's blue chip like Jupiter token, Jupe token, is going to have a high score, 90, 99. Further down here, you have an audit. It tells you the different companies who have checked the project. On some tokens, it will have 3 or 4 of these audit scans. And that way you can see what red flags have been picked up by an independent auditor. Community trust is 50-50 at the minute. The reason being it was airdropped. The price has been suppressed. It's stuck between 45 and 55 cents for the last 3 or 4 weeks. And then, of course, you have the charts. And above the charts, you have all of the links to everything you need to find about this project. So you can add it directly to your MetaMask. You can look at it on CoinMarketCap, which we're going to do in a minute. You can look at it on CoinGecko. You can look at their Twitter account, their website, and clicking there, which again, I don't want to get into too much depth about this, but this shows you the actual live contract of that project. So it shows you the market cap, the current supply, the number of holders, everything we've already just seen on DexT's tools. But obviously, it's far nicer looking at this layout than looking directly on the token, because this is just going to baffle people to death. So for a newcomer that wants to get a little bit more into crypto, Dex Tools is the place that I would go to. Now, also bear in mind, I made a video yesterday, which I'm going to very quickly bring up, because this is where Dex Tools and CoinMarketCap and things like that fall down and don't work too well. Let me just show you this. So yesterday I've made a video about the Portal Launch Pool airdrop, which is currently on Binance. Now, because it's on the launch pool, because it isn't a launched token, there is no information here or on CoinMarketCap about Portal. There's nothing available to me. So what you then have to do is you then have to go and look at the white paper, which is normally on their platform or on CoinMarketCap. That's the only downside to looking at Dex Tools. Dex Tools is only good for looking at a project which is live and has been minted and has been distributed or airdropped. So it works for pretty much everything, but there are still issues with it in terms of you can't use it to predict a coin. You can only use it to look retrospectively at a coin and what it's like in real time. So the first tool I would use is Dex Tools. It's a good project to look at anything. You can type in anything in here. You can type in when, for example, which is another project on the Solana ecosystem. Again, it has exactly the same information for when as it has for Dupe. You have the market cap, the liquidity, the circulating supply, the total supply. In this case, the circulating supply and total supply are identical. There's nothing held back. The volume is reasonably low, but the liquidity is reasonably high. 250,000 holders is superb. Going down here, you'll see the DEX T-score is slightly less, and this coin looks oversold because there's way more sells than buys in the last 24 hours. Again, you can click on the audit. It shows you the audit. Community trust, however, is exceptionally high. So you can look at any token on here as long as the token is live. So that's the most important thing about Dex Tools. Now, we're going to move on very quickly. Again, I do not want to over elaborate the various points. Now, CoinMarketCap should be another bookmark in your browser. Dex Tools make sure to add that and go and use it. And remember, if you don't know how to use it, or you do use it but you have some questions about it, you've got me on Telegram, you've got Brogan on Telegram, all the links are on Binance. You can come and follow us over on our YouTube channel. If you go to, where is the About Us section here? So if you click on the About Us section, you will see you've got all of my contact email. You've got my email address there, our website, all the usual things. So you can come and find us on our YouTube channel. You can find us on Telegram. We will be more than happy to help you if you've got any problems with anything I have just told you. That's the key. So, CoinMarketCap. I've covered this before, but very briefly, and I want to go over it today so you all understand how it works. Top right-hand corner, you have a search bar. Now, let's say that you want to invest in music coins, coins that have something to do, you want to invest in a Web3 version of Spotify. You type in music, you click on categories, it shows you the category, you click there, and it brings up the top music coins by market cap. And it will show you LimeWire, Audius, are obviously the top two here, but look at the market cap. It's tiny. These are all tiny coins. I remember holding Audius 3 years ago, and I sold out of Audius. I don't know what I paid for it, and I don't know what I sold it for. I don't even know if I made a profit. But Audius is clearly the big music token in here. Now, what I'm surprised about is Singularity, or AGIX, which is an AI token and therefore listed on the AI list, is also slightly connected to music, because it's got an AI DJ, it's got an AI music playlist creator, it's got an AI voice music separator, so you can listen to the song without the lyrics and the lyrics without the song. I'm surprised that that's not listed here. But if you pick any category, I mean, the hottest one at the minute, one I've been talking about for months, is of course AI and big data. So you click on that, and again, same thing again. It shows you the top AI and big data tokens by market cap. What's interesting is ICP appears to have disappeared off the list. And I think it disappeared about then. So again, the big hitters for me, Fetch and Singularity. We were covering these when they were $300 million projects. This one's at 900 million. This one's at 914 million. We were covering them when they were $300 and $350 million projects. So they've done exceptionally well. But you can use this to then find anything you want. So let's look one last time. We're going to look at IMX probably. So if we go to categories and gaming, you'll see all the gaming tokens. This is as simple as it can be. If you want to build a bag, so let's say you've got your main portfolio and you have $500 spare, and you want to build a bag of 5 or 6 different tokens in a specific category, you would start with CoinMarketCap. This is the first place to start. You've done what I've done here. You type in the name, you click on categories, and then it brings up the list here. You've then got all of these tokens down here, which are gaming related tokens: Immutable X, Beam, Multiverse, Sandbox, Axie. We covered this yesterday. You click on each of these and you will see down the left hand side a similar set of information as you get on Dex Tools, stripped down because this is more retail than Dex Tools. Dex Tools is to really go under the cover of a project. So you can see the market cap, the volume, the circulating supply. Again, it's important. 69% is a good amount of circulating supply. What that means is that there's only going to be 50% inflation on this token over whatever period of time it takes for those tokens to be released. When we looked at Jupiter, only 15% of the tokens had been released, which means there's going to be 6 times the number of tokens released in the next 5-6 years than there are today. That inflation should be taken into account when you look at buying a token. Further down here, You see the contract very similar. Now, the white paper, I was saying before, if you've got a project and it's not live and you don't know what to look at, you don't know what to study, the first place you should go is the white paper. Look at that, and it's not even there. Well, anyway, we'll find one in a minute. You go to the white paper, you look at the tokenomics, you look at is there a burn mechanism? Is there a large allocation given to VCs? Is there a large allocation given to the founders? What's their unlock period? How long do they have to hold their tokens for? All of these things I put into the videos, but I'm just showing you the process to do that and doing your own research. Twitter, Reddit, Discord, all on here. So everything you need to know about the project is here. We'll go back and look at Beam. Maybe Beam has a white paper. I did say it was do your own research day today. I did say that at the start of the show. I gave you fair warning that I was going to show you a lot of this type of information because I'm trying to remember when it was the last time I did this kind of explanation during one of the shows. I think it's been a fair old amount of time, and I might do this same thing again in a month or two's time, but again, repetition is a good thing. Let's see if this white paper shows up, or is this going to be another dead link? Okay, so this breaks down everything you need to know about Beam. I remember this one. I think I've made a video about Beam. Their website is absolutely shocking. So everything you need in their white paper is in here. I can't see anything. You know what? I'm 2 for 2 in terms of looking for something that I can't find. Right, let's go back. Let's go back to the list. There we go. We're going to go for this. We're going to go for this one last time. One last time. We're going to see if we can find a white paper. ApeCoin. Right. So ApeCoin, again, same thing again. 60% has been released. 40% to come. So a 66% inflation rate over whatever period of time. Maybe they're going to unlock every month or every quarter for the next 4 or 5 years. Just bear that in mind. ApeCoin for me as well has had a terrible time. It was at $5.45 March last year. It's lost 2/3 of its value, 70% down in that period of time. If you go to the all-time high, the token was at $23 all-time high. So again, it's down 95%. ApeCoin is going to recover. I'm not saying it's going to $23, but ApeCoin, when the metaverse is launched, when the other side is launched, I think it's going to do fairly well. Maybe it will go up to maybe a $4 or $5 billion market cap. But at the minute, ApeCoin is in the pits because it didn't release other side last year. It was the worst performing top coin of 2023. So I don't know what else we can talk about that. So that's it in terms of the 2 do your own research categories. One is DEX tools, one is CoinMarketCap. If you want to know the addresses of either of those, or you don't know what you're looking for, hit me up on Telegram and I will let you know. Good morning, Mohammed. Welcome to the show. Nice of you to be here. So 8 votes so far on the question of the day. End of week recovery, $52,000 today. 75% have said yes. 25% of you have said no. Well, the 25% of you that have said no are going to be wrong. And that includes Web3, because I think Web3 said we were going to dip. I think Mags said we were going to dip. Mike is rich. I am certainly not rich. I tell you what, if crypto goes to the prices that I'm expecting it to go to, I am going to be very rich. But not right now. Everything's in crypto. I am cash flow poor. That's probably the best way to describe it. So very quickly, the last comment of the day is the future of play-to-earn blockchain games in 2024, burnout or a revival. Now, the problem I have with gaming is 2022 was the year of gaming, 2023 was year of gaming, 2024 is year of gaming, and none of them are going to be the year of gaming. We are so far away from gaming adoption, it isn't even funny. We need at least 5 to 10 AAA games in the Web3 blockchain space before gamers even come anywhere near it. What's my definition of making it? I would say if we had a Fortnite or a Minecraft being played by tens of millions of gamers a day and it was a blockchain game, then I would say we've made it. Having a game that with 60,000 daily players is not making it, and don't listen to them. Sandbox is a disaster. Decentraland is a disaster. ApeCoin, we've just looked at, other side, not launched. Star Atlas, not launched. Shrapnel looks good. Earth Mother of the Sun looks good, has potential. Show me one game that has made it that doesn't look like Farmville or doesn't look like a 5-year-old has created the graphics for it, and I'll wait. Wagme Games, covered Wagme Games, it's a terrible game. It's not launched, and it's got a $35 million market cap, or maybe it's now got a $50 million market cap. It hasn't even launched. I think Star Atlas has got a market cap of $75 million, which is more realistic. Show me a game that has 250,000 people a day playing it that is Web3 enabled. There isn't one. Gala Games is still trying. They're all trying to get there, but none of them have. So, where are we going with gaming? We're too soon. Oh, this is a very nice graph. Are play-to-earn games dying? It's not all doom and gloom. In 2023, 30% of announced blockchain-based games were either cancelled or discontinued, according to the data from Big Blockchain Game List. The majority of the games that were discontinued were being built on BNB, Polygon, and Ethereum. So 407 discontinued games last year. Now, all I'll say to you is, if you move to a town with a population of 1,000 and you build a 5,000-seater stadium for your football team, how many people do you think you're going to get in that stadium? 100? Maybe 200 people? Nobody. No, you're not going to get nobody in your stadium because there's not enough people. So when you build a game and you spend $20 million building a game, you're not building it for 2023 or 2024. You're building it for 2028. And if you haven't got the runway to last for the next 4 years, you shouldn't have started the game in the first place. It's too soon. I think one of the other exchanges said there was 100 million people in crypto. Maybe. How many of those 100 million people in crypto play games? 1 million? 500,000? Not many. So where are these gamers that they're building the games for? They're building a cafeteria in the desert. You know, they're building a 5-star restaurant in the jungle. They're putting a ice cream kiosk on the top of the Great Pyramid. They're building games for people who aren't there. You look at the daily users of Decentraland. You look at the daily users of Sandbox. It's absolutely appalling. 5% Yowza, exactly. So 1 in 20 people. And we don't have gamers. We don't have anywhere enough gamers at the minute. So when somebody builds a game, and I'm not saying that we shouldn't be building games, I'm saying that we don't have enough people to play those games to make them financially profitable. That's the issue. And this seems to me like somebody goes, I know what we'll do. We're going to say we're going to make a Web3 game. We're going to get $2 million, $3 million worth of investment. We're going to build a game. We're going to put it live and it's going to fail. But don't worry about it because we've been paid for 3 years and we've made a few $100,000 each. And the VCs go, well, it was pocket change. We'll move on to the next project. There doesn't seem to be a beginning, a middle, and end. And nobody looks at the bottom line. It's exactly the same as what happened in 2001, 2000, and 1999 when the internet first started. You were seeing these ridiculous companies Lastminute.com burnt through hundreds of millions of dollars and never turned a profit for years. And then the head of that company now works for the government in charge of small business startups. It's unbelievable. She built a product to not make any money. She built a product to spend money. But we're not there yet. We don't have enough critical mass. Gala Games is the closest. But again, I've played some of those games. Immutable X, again, great technology. But we need 1 million. We need 1 million gamers. We need 2 million gamers. We need Ubisoft. We need Epic. We need Steam. We need everybody on board to bring them in. And like I say many times before, when you use your mobile phone to go on Instagram or Telegram, you don't know, you don't care that you're using the internet. When somebody goes to play a game, they shouldn't need to know or care that it's a blockchain game, other than what they win has a numerical value. And we're nowhere near that. And we covered a project yesterday that was building its own Web3. Oh no, it was on the video actually. Portal, the token that I've made the video on. Here we go. So Portal are building a multi-game, multi-chain coin where I think they've got 200 games that are going to accept Portal, one of which is Star Atlas. Space Nation are going to accept it, and a few others. Now, Portal are trying to create a kind of global gaming token. I do see that being a success for smaller games, for games which aren't going to want to build out. And the problem for Portal, the problem for WAGMI, and I say this, I compare games to Warcraft, because Warcraft is a race to zero every expansion. You get your resources, you sell them for gold. 6 weeks later, you get 10% of the amount of gold you used to get for the item because of the supply. WAGMI Games doesn't have a staking feature to make people hold the token. Portal does. We covered SWG on Wednesday. Brilliant concept, and you have to hold their token to get the rewards. Portal may introduce something like this in the future. If you've got 1 million people and you tell each of them, right, you now need to hold 10,000 tokens to participate in the games, then suddenly you can earn that, you can earn towards that, and it removes the sell pressure. And then people with a bit of money will come along and go, you know what, I'm not going to earn those 10,000 tokens, I'm just going to buy them. And then you get rid of that constant sell pressure. That's the issue. The constant sell pressure is going to ruin the majority of games. Anyway, I've gone on about that plenty. All we need to know is that one of the most important things about GameFi companies must remember is to show their target communities the features their games possess that will allow them to reach global audiences and translate into this is the key here, sustainability. That's what we need. The other problem is many on-chain games are not mobile friendly. Majority of people use mobile to surf the net, not PC. Very true. Again, now WAGMI, I believe, is a mobile game. WAGMI hasn't launched yet, and it's going to be a little bit like Clash Royale, and it's the biggest one that people talk about, and I can't stand the game. I think the game's terrible. So there you go. I'm not going to say too much more about that. Right, what I am going to do now is I am going to bring up the Bitcoin chart, throw a few questions at you. Hopefully some of you get them right. And then I'm probably going to go and make a video for the afternoon. So let me move here. Anyway, don't forget to go and follow us on YouTube. It's really important. As I said at the start of the show, in the bottom left-hand corner, we are at 98,221 followers. That's across all of the different platforms we stream on, and that's also across our YouTube channel as well. So keep an eye on that. Right, there's the Bitcoin chart. 51,163. I think we're going to have a run at 52,000 today. Web3 superstar and Mags think we are not. Boo to them. Right, first question. Same question I ask every day. I'm just going to see if you can remember the answer to this question. And this is important because this is going to change all of our futures for the better. The Bitcoin halving is when? Is it in April or June? When is the Bitcoin halving? April or June? Type April or June into chat, and there we will go. If people used existing coins as reward instead of creating new token, maybe that would help not sell it so quickly. Yeah, I mean, I think the key really is you need to create a closed loop of the coins. You say it's the 20th of April. Lots of people are saying the 8th of April. We don't know, of course, but 20th of April is when it has been. But now people are saying the 8th of April. I think it's going to be the 9th of April because that's Brogan's birthday. And I think it's going to be on his birthday. And the 8th of April is also is it the lunar new moon? Something like that. Emmanuel, you are correct. Yowza is correct. Mohammed is correct. You are all correct. People in chat. 8 seconds to go. The reason I ask this question every day is there's hundreds of people in here and we never get more than 20 people get this answer right. And I'm astounded by it. The answer is April. The Bitcoin halving is happening in April. We are on the 23rd of February. So 6, 7, 8 weeks time, we're going to have the halving. I cannot wait. So Carlos, congratulations. Kishan, Sonia is here. Emmy is here. Sui is here. Mags, well done to you all. Emima is here. Next question. Just trying to remember what we covered today on the stream as I've turned the menu off. We covered Bitcoin. Oh, yeah. So the Ethereum halving, sorry, the Ethereum update, not the Ethereum halving, not halving on the brain. The Ethereum update, is it called Denken or Cancun? Denken or Cancun? Just put one. I've put both of the answers into the question, so all you've got to do is copy and paste, and you have one. Also, let me know in chat if you want more days where I spend 15-20 minutes going through websites that will help you understand coins. Do you prefer that? Do you want me to look at new projects? Do you want me to do what I did with Pixels, where I look at the website, look at the tokenomics? Do you want more live project reviews? Do you want more live charts? It's difficult to guess what you guys want. Just put your ideas into chat, and then I will be able to take that back as feedback and move forward with the channel. Maybe make some more changes to the channel. 13 seconds to go. The answer is, of course, the Denken upgrade, which improves security and also slashes the fees paid by layer 2s to submit transactions to the Ethereum blockchain. Very few people getting these questions right. Very few people, very upset. You all need to go away and do a lot more homework. In fact, the YouTube crowd are beating you handsomely at this moment in time. Kishan, you are correct. Fazle Wish is correct. Well done to you all. 20 of you. That's appalling. I am appalled. Right, next one. And if you are in chat and you are spamming links, just remember you're going to stop being able to answer. You won't be able to take part in the quiz because I will have blocked you, just so you know. We do not want people clicking links in chat, taking people to links that could take their crypto out of their wallets. Absolutely ridiculous. The Bitcoin Academy is free to all, and it's actually really good. The Bitcoin Academy is exceptional. I've used it quite a few times in my videos where I've been referencing things like, you know, definitions of proof of work, definitions of proof of stake, the halving, that kind of stuff. It's a very good portal for that kind of information. Right, next question then. And again, this is a question that catches people out all the time. So then, Solana, third or fourth biggest blockchain in the world, depending on day of the week. Is Solana a layer 1 or is Solana a layer 2? Layer 1 or layer 2? Just put your answer into chat and you will win. Is Solana a layer 1 or a layer 2? That's an interesting line, isn't it? I wonder if there is any kind of chart there which would indicate we could come down to 48.5. I don't know. Maybe. I'll leave that there for a while. Is Solana a layer 1 or a layer 2? The answer is, of course, it is a layer 1. Solana is a layer 1. It is one of my favorite blockchains, even though it does stop working from time to time. That's fine. You know, things stop working. Cars, trains, things don't work from time to time. We shouldn't hold that against it. Eagle Wings, congratulations. Lucky Crypto Fortune. Cyberpunk Danny, Kishan, well done. Emima, Crypto Robbie, War Master C, good morning to you. Carlos Sam is here. Congratulations. Emmanuel, yes, it is a layer 1. You are correct. Now then, what we're going to do is we are going to ask one more question and then I'm going to go and make a video. I've done a lot better for time this week than most weeks. I'm overrunning a lot, but this week I've been consistent because making the videos on the same day that I do a live stream, I make money from making videos. I lose money live streaming because I pay out in crypto. So I make money making the videos, so I want to try and keep doing both, making money and doing the live streams. So there has to be a balance, and that balance is doing a 15-minute shorter live stream in every day and not doing as much of the quiz. That's the balance. Right, last question then. Okay, this is a number between 1 and 5. There's a clue. What is CZ's number for FUD? CZ, the legend himself, the former Binance CEO, the man that I will never stop referring to on this stream. What was CZ's number for FUD? You're busy today. War Master C, you're allowed to be busy. What's the expression? Real life happens. Is that what they say? Real life happens. Or real life gets in the way. I can't remember which. One of the two. Anyway, thank you everybody for coming. I'm going to drop a follow box at the end of this show. Remember, one last thing to say. We're live tomorrow at 11 o'clock on Binance. Make sure to follow us on Binance. Make sure to set a reminder on Binance of this stream. There is a list of calendar events which I'm going to show you in a second. Emmanuel, you are correct. So I'm going to bring up the two websites to show you what you can do. Let's get rid of that for now. So on Binance, we have, when it loads, take your time, Binance. Take your time, dear. Okay, so down here, you will see a previous history of all of our live streams. We stream a lot. Tomorrow at 11 o'clock, we are streaming. I am joined by Brogan, the handsome one on the right. He will be with me in the studio at 11 o'clock tomorrow. We are live, obviously, now. And as you can see, we stream Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, and obviously Friday and Saturdays. Brogan does live trading on Binance on ideally Monday, Wednesday, and Friday nights. But last Wednesday, we had the SWG AMA, which was a resounding success. Check everyone's look. Let's see who got that right. CZ, of course, is 4. Answers to the question. So check us out on there. Also, you will see that we are at 3.64 thousand subscribers on YouTube. We would love to get to 5,000 by the summer, and we'd love to get somewhere near 10,000 by the end of the year. And I know that's a long shot, but we were at 100 subscribers this time last year. So we've gained 3,500 followers in a year over on YouTube. So if you can follow us on Binance, that would be amazing. Follow us on YouTube, that would be amazing. And also, we don't just want you to follow us. We make videos. The next 3 Jupiter airdrops, the launch pool of Portal, which is live now on Binance. We do a comparison for the airdrop strategy between Binance and Crypto.com. I'll give you a clue. Binance wins. That's why I'm telling you about it. So go and check out that video. We've got our live streams on here. We've made a video about farming on Meteora, airdrop help on Camino. If you want money, and I know a lot of you in chat always ask for money, if you want to know how to get free money, go and check out the videos. I tell you how to make free money. So far this year, I have made about $2,000 from free airdrops. I've made $2,000 so far this year from free airdrops. So make sure to go and check that out. Make sure to subscribe on Binance. And with all that being said, thank you to everybody on YouTube. Thank you to everybody on Binance. Mo, I will look for your email. When did you send me the email? Let me know. Right. I will see you all tomorrow with Brogan. Take care. Hope you enjoyed the show. Remember, check all of the links in the description on Binance. You'll see all the links to me there. Take care. Have a great Friday. Go outside, touch the grass, look at the sky. Take care.